What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we dive into a wide range of topics in short-form videos just like these, so check it out. Links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, I want to talk about something that has been sitting on my mind for a while because it's a response that, well, let me put it this way. There's a very consistent narrative from the folks that tend to be bears around this game. And yes, I know I'm Papa Bear, but this is not a narrative that I've pushed. I've definitely been bearish about certain other things. But I see this criticism come up quite a bit, and I figured instead of like responding to each of the comments that had it individually, it probably would make sense to just call it out in a video. Now, I want to be very clear. Like I'm very empathetic to the folks that are pushing this narrative because I understand where it's coming from, and it's the idea that hey, nobody's going to come into this game and pay thousands of dollars for, minimal rewards. And you're correct in that idea, right? But I want to break it down. You're saying nobody's going to come in and pay thousands of dollars or however much money it costs to get started in Splinterlands just in order to play the game. And the truth is, if you're being honest with yourself, you did, right? I mean, you did. So did I. So did everybody else that's here. You spent a ton of money, and yes, a lot of us are down, and that's why you have this narrative that's coming around, this sentiment that's there. And again, I said I'm being empathetic, or I want to be empathetic to that. I understand where it's coming from, but it's just simply not true. You, or anybody who says that, is the person that is the perfect example of why it's not true. You did it. You spent money. And now you're saying that nobody else would in their right mind. Why would they? And so I think about that a lot because it's, like I said, I just don't buy it. I definitely believe that there will be people that spend stupid amounts of money on a game or even on monkey pictures, right? I mean, go back to the NFT craze. If there is money or potential money to be made, I don't think that people it's not going to stop folks. And you just have to go back to 2021 or early 2022 to realize that. And so in my opinion, that sentiment, every time I see that kind of argument come up, this is my official response to that. It's you're wrong because you are the example of why you're wrong. Now, here's the thing. A lot of it is also contextual. So are people going to come in and spend tons of money to play the game at whatever level, the highest levels right now at this point in time when SPS is only up 2x from its all-time low? It's sitting below a penny. No, probably not. And in that way, in that frame of reference, sure, I can agree with you on that. But that's not the frame of reference that keeps everybody here. We don't all think that SPS is just going to keep going down. In fact, SPS has not kept going down. Yes, it is down a lot, but we are up, as I said earlier, more than 2x from the all-time low. And we're heading into what could potentially be the most exciting part of the 4-year cycle when it comes to Bitcoin, not to mention, all the other M2 money supply, liquidity, macro things that I like to get into, but I'll keep out of this video. So where I'm looking at this, and I think where many of the bulls, right, Splinterlands bulls are looking at this is SPS doesn't even need to go back to its all-time high. In fact, I don't expect it to go back to its all-time high. Again, none of this is financial advice. I've done the calculations before, and in fact, I'll do an updated video very soon on SPS just needing to hit a couple of pennies. Like, it's not that much, 5-6 cents. I don't know what it is. I'll do a separate video on that. But it doesn't need to go that high in order for us to get to $20 a day, $30 a day that the top players end up making. And why am I so focused on that? Well, it's because that amount of money being made every single day is what drove the last gaming bull run in the second half of 2021. Axie Infinity took off on that narrative. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, and I'm sure many others are the same, you're looking at SPS just below a penny at this point in time. Do I think it's going to do crazy amounts of multiples and get to 50 cents, 75, a dollar, hit its new all-time high? No, I mean, again, I hope it does, but I don't have that expectation that it will. But I am feeling relatively confident that we can, with the rest of the market, if Bitcoin's going to do what we all expect it to do, I think SPS can hit a couple of pennies. And once we start to get to that range, with the launch of a new set, with a better new player experience, with Land 1.75 coming out, all within the next 6-ish months, yeah, I think it's possible that we can get to that we can get to that point where players are earning $20 to $30 a day. And if you don't believe that Gold Matters and DJ and all the people on Twitter, all the people on Reddit won't be posting this and shouting it from the rooftops, in the same way that we saw with Axie Infinity, that could bring people in, which again only perpetuates that with this virtuous kind of cycle here, I think that you have the wrong perspective. Again, I'm not trying to tell anybody to invest or put thousands of dollars into the game. This is a fun game, and keep in mind, if you're a new player checking this out, understand that there is a free-to-play version of this game coming. The team is actively working on that right now. So this is not about like go and spend a ton of money. All I'm saying is that for the folks out there who have this mentality or the sentiment that nobody's going to come in and want to spend X amount of dollars, hundreds, thousands of dollars on a game, I think you're the living proof that that's wrong. And you did it in a time frame that I believe we are going to enter something similar to, meaning the bull run, the 4-year cycle, all of that. So if you're going to sit here and say that you don't believe that in SPS is not going to hit a couple of cents, and we're not going to hit that. The team's not going to deliver on X, Y, and Z. We're not going to get the flywheel going. If you genuinely believe that, look, more power to you, right? I just personally don't know why you're spending time here. Then again, maybe you're just looking to push up your assets and then sell off. At which point, why are you fudding your bags, right? But again, I even hate that argument because that's just, look, free speech. You're allowed to say whatever it is that you want. I just fundamentally disagree with your argument, and I have to point to you during the last bull run, or even over the last couple of years, as the example of why that's not the case. There are people that are willing to spend thousands of dollars on a game or a hobby or on a crypto project that they believe in. The proof of concept is here. And if you don't want to include yourself in that sample size, look at the amount of people that are still around the game that aren't considered whales. I mean, I'm even one of them, right? Sure. Am I spending a ton of money? Nope. But there's other people who are at my level that don't have millions, tens of millions of SPS, right? But they're going in and they're buying cards, they're playing the game, and they're having a good time. So once again, the proof of concept is there already that people are willing to spend money on the game. Now, all that being said, does that mean that everything's going to be gravy and the teams doesn't have its challenges and runway and all that? No, absolutely not. But to say that nobody's going to come in and spend money on a game is just incorrect in my opinion. So that's my response. Again, I don't mean to be too combative with it, but it's just I hear it too much where it's just like, come on, man. Like, let's be honest. The only reason you're saying that is because you did it. You did it, and now you're upset with the decision that you made, which I empathize with because a lot of people are down. So I get it. But it's not just this project. It's every project in crypto that people are down if you bought in during that time. But I just believe it's disingenuous to say that nobody's going to come in and do it when things start rolling again. And I do believe that we all think that is going to happen with Bitcoin literally knocking on 70K and, a couple percentage points away from hitting its new all-time high in the year of the halving and, Q4 the year of the halving into, the year following the halving. We saw what happened in 2013, 2017, 2021, maybe 2025 isn't exactly the same. But, as that saying, history doesn't often repeat, but it does often rhyme. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's all I have for you guys. I'm very curious to hear the rebuttals to this argument, but I'll catch you all on the next one and see you around the game. Take care.